Hey, what's going on, guys? I am Jake from today's iPhone.com, and here's the big stuff that's been going on this week. Okay, so as you probably know, the biggest news this week is that HP has decided to kill off the webOS line. So it seems like they're going to finish up what they have, sell off the products that they've already made, and after Q4 of this year, webOS will be gone. Now, this is really unfortunate because when Palm was bought by HP, everybody thought that it was going to be a way to reinvigorate webOS and get this great operating system on some, decent devices, because Palm's problem was always that they had the software, but the hardware wasn't where it should have been. They didn't really have the resources to develop enough products or good enough products to gain the popularity and recognition that they needed to keep webOS alive. So HP bought it with the intention of continuing webOS, and they released the Pre 3 and the HP touchpad, but apparently sales for those devices were not where HP wanted them to be, so webOS is getting the axe. It's actually really sad because, like I said, webOS is a great mobile operating system, and it's really a shame that it has to go out like this. The one plus side that I can think of this is that Best Buy and HP Online are now selling the touchpad 16 gigabytes for $99 and 32 gigabytes for $150, which is an incredible discount. You can go check those out on the HP website or head to your local Best Buy. I would hurry up if I were you because they're probably going to go pretty fast. And let's all take a moment of silence for webOS. Okay. Alright, moving on. If you're a developer, iOS 5 Beta 6 is now available to download and install. You can check out the full changelog over on the post at today'siphone.com. I've been playing around with Beta 6 for a couple days now, and I don't notice any new features or really anything different, other than the fact that it's definitely getting faster, it's starting to feel a lot less buggy, and really, I think we're getting pretty close to a final release of iOS 5. Oh, and one other thing, I was able to update over the air from Beta 5 to Beta 6, which I couldn't do from Beta 4 to Beta 5, so that's always nice. If you happen to already be running Beta 6, I'd love to know what you think of it. Let me know in the comment section below. Is it faster, slower? Have you found any new features that you think we should know about? All that fun stuff. Alright, moving on, we come to the apparently weekly roundup of the iPhone 5 release date rumors. Oh boy. Now, this latest rumor is coming out of BGR, and they're claiming that the vice president of AT&T sent out an internal memo saying, "Expect things to get very, very busy in the next 35 to 50 days, so prepare your teams accordingly." Now, that time frame does line up with the rumored early October release of the iPhone 5, so obviously people have been taking this to mean that the iPhone 5 will in fact be coming in the next 35 to 50 days, which I think we probably all could have known without this memo leaking to the web. So even if it's fake or not, and there is a good chance that it is fake, we'll probably still see the iPhone sometime in October. So yeah, it should not be long now. Hopefully. Please? Now, speaking of AT&T, we have some not so great information about them. Starting today, Sunday, August 21st, the $10 for 1,000 text messages plan is no more. For people subscribing to AT&T after August 21st, your only messaging options are unlimited individual plan for $20 a month, unlimited family plan for $30 a month, or you can pay 20 cents a text message or 30 cents an MMS, which adds up to some exorbitant amount of money. Now, this news comes from the guys over at Engadget, who got their hands on a leaked screenshot detailing the new messaging system. Now, unfortunately, shortly after Engadget posted the article, the new messaging system was confirmed by AT&T, so it is happening. On the plus side, existing AT&T customers will not be affected, even if you switch handsets, so that's nice. But future customers, unless you plan on sending a lot of text messages, enough to justify an unlimited plan, or not really any, where you wouldn't have to pay too much if you're paying 20 cents per message, AT&T probably isn't the carrier for you, which I just don't understand this at all, because really AT&T does not need another reason for people to stay away. Okay, and finally, for everybody out there who was under the impression that we would see a new iPad, either an iPad HD or an iPad 3 or something like that, this year, I have some bad news for you. This week, the Wall Street Journal had an article on its main business page basically saying that Apple is working with suppliers in Asia to develop an iPad 3 with a higher resolution display, which is great. and that it will not be available until sometime next year. The iPad will in fact keep to its 12-month product cycle. As Cam points out, the Wall Street Journal is a much more reputable source than some of the other places the iPad release date rumors are coming from, so I think it's a pretty safe bet to say that they are at least close to what Apple's actually planning on doing, so don't expect to see a new iPad until next year. Okay, well that is all the big news for this week, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, or you just want to talk to me a little bit more, you can follow me on Twitter at TIPJake. I try to answer everybody that tweets me, so if you have something to say, the best place to do it is there. And if any of these stories I talked about today interest you and you want to follow up on them a little bit more, the links to all of these stories I talked about are in the description down below, so definitely go give those a look. And don't forget, for more news, views, reviews, and much more about iPhone 5, iPad 3, iOS 5, and everything Apple, definitely head over to today'siphone.com.